Hey guys, welcome back to My Prep Angel, the channel where I help you pass your real estate exam. Okay, so I want to jump in to the very first thing that I recommend to my students, of the real estate exam. One of the things that I see most often is students, scheduling and taking their real estate exam before they are ready to take the real estate exam. Let me tell you what's going on here. So I see I'm in a lot of Facebook groups with real estate students, and what they tend to do is they tend to go through the course. They tend to get through the course, right? And they may have difficulty passing. I think a lot of people do have difficulty passing their exam for their course. And then they jump into taking the state portion, the state national exam, the licensing exam, and they're not ready. And what I see, so one of the biggest reasons why the pass rate is fairly low, there's a lot of people who pass it on the first try. And there's a lot of people who have taken it multiple times and still failing it. So why? Well, I'll tell you lots of reasons on this channel, and I'm going to help you through all of these so that you don't have to go through that, because I don't want you to go through that. Life is hard enough. You don't need to have this real estate exam take up your whole life, and you don't want it to go on forever. I get it. So my number one, I have a lot of tips for you on this channel, but the first thing that I want you to know is schedule. Now, every state is different. I understand that. I don't know the ins and outs of every state. I know a few. Some you can schedule and you can get a date pretty quickly, and some you can't. Now, so take this with how it works with your state. But I want you to, if at all possible, not schedule your exam until you are confident that you can pass your exam. Now, let me tell you why I say that you have to be confident. Because what I see often, way too many times, is people taking this exam when they're freaking out, when they're nervous, when they don't really truly feel like they know the information. And so they jump into it with a let's see what happens mentality. And often when you go in that way, you fail because you're not prepared. The real estate exam is a lot. Well, the real estate course, the information that you need to pass the course and to pass the exam is a lot of information. We know that. It is a lot. It is so much. When you get into it, it's like, holy moly. It is, how am I going to know all of this? And let me tell you, you can know this stuff. It takes time. So I want you to have patience with yourself and to learn the information. Take the time. This is not a rush. If you're in a rush, it's probably going to be pretty hard. You know what I mean? So take your time with it and schedule it, if at all possible, when you are like, yes, I know it. Yes, I know this stuff. I know enough. I'm taking practice exams. I'm, doing all these things and I'm passing them. And I know this stuff. I know the vocabulary. I'm getting really confident. I guarantee you that there's a moment, and I've gone through lots of different licensing professions in the past, and different testing, different things that I had to know, that I guarantee you there is a tipping point that it will click. It will click. The information will click in your mind, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I finally get it. I finally know this stuff. I promise you, if you put in the time and all the other tips that I have for you on this channel coming soon, if you put it all together, you're going to know this stuff, and you're going to walk into the exam with complete confidence. Maybe not complete. That sounds, you know what I mean? You're going to have a lot of confidence. You're going to have a lot of confidence when you walk into that exam and take that exam. I have tips on how to get through the exam, like during those hours that you're sitting there in front of a computer, of what to do, what to tell yourself, what to say to yourself while you're taking that exam. I have tips for that too. So, but I want you to not schedule or not take the exam until you're ready. And you'll know when you're ready. So if you're thinking, well, let's see how I score. I'm not quite sure, but let's just see. I I highly suggest to wait a little bit longer, study more, have the confidence when you walk in, because you only want to take this exam once. So if you haven't taken it yet, only take it when you feel really confident, when you feel like it's clicked in your mind that you know this information. You know enough, right? So if you've taken this exam at least once or multiple times, I don't want you to take it again until you feel that feeling. It's a feeling. It's a feeling that you will get when you get to that point. So don't take it again. I have seen people take the exam weekly and still fail it. And they ask for advice, and I'm like, I'm going to tell you to stop taking the exam. Stop taking it. It is a lot of wasted money, a lot of wasted energy, a lot of wasted, jabs at your confidence level. It's doing a lot less for you than you think it is. I hope that makes sense. So, number one, don't take this exam, even your final for your course. Don't take it until you're really ready to take it and you feel confident in your ability to walk in, take a deep breath, and you're like, you know what? I got this. I know this stuff. I've done the work. I can tell my friends, I can show off to my friends of what a 1031 tax exchange is. I can show off to them of what a land contract is. I can tell them all these things. I can go to their house and tell them about whatever, without flinching. You can be a show off at the parties. It's really not that big of a deal. I did show off a date once because he was in real estate and I knew something and he's like, whoa, you're smart. I'm like, oh, thanks. Anyway, guys, that's my number one tip right now for you. I have more to come, so stay tuned and like this video and leave a comment. Let me know what state you are testing for, and let me know if you know how long in advance you can schedule, because I'd like to know. I'm in Arizona and I could get an appointment within 24 hours. I'm also taking California in the near future. So I know two totally different states. So let me know, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the next video. Thanks, guys.